This is staccato and that's legato. So you gotta go bum 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 bum. This is Nile Rodgers. He's a multi-Grammy-award-winning songwriter, producer, and artist. Nile has been described as the bridge between the iconic songs of the past and the hits of the future. He's worked with everyone from Diana Ross to David Bowie and Madonna to Daft Punk. It's rumored his guitar has played on over $2 billion worth of music. That's why he called it the hitmaker. And how do I know this much about Nile Rodgers? Because I am Nile Rodgers. So that's my story, but making it in music is different these days. Samsung and StemDrop are changing the ways in which artists showcase their talent. So today, I'm meeting the star behind the viral hit Billie Eilish, Armani White. And we're going to discuss songwriting, share our tips on how to make smash hits, and see what's changed over time. So yo, let's go.
As early as I can remember, I was the court jester for the family. Once I found out how to make 2 words rhyme, it just kept going and kept going. For me, my career has always just been about disruption. Only time I've ever gotten something done, it was when I was disrupted. Woo! That boy can play.
How you doing,
sir? How you doing, man? It's likewise. Great to meet you myself.
Oh man, awesome. You're gonna tell me the story of Billie Eilish. How did you come up with that? Like
Billie Eilish, like, you know, she at the time was like bubbling. She wasn't as big as she was now. The only time I really ever got to reflect in my entire life, sitting on the toilet. I make my best songs, sit on the toilet. So I'm sitting on the toilet and I'm just thinking about this moment. And, you know, like a lot of times I'll grab my phone. So like, I grab my phone, I'll make like a little voice memo and I'm just on the toilet like, stylish, like Billie Eilish. From words that rhyme with style. I mean, stylish, Eilish, privates. Like I'm just saying random stuff, like, you know. And so it starts as a voice memo, and then me and my friend July, we're just like sending each other beats back and forth. So I had this beat, and I'm playing around with it. I didn't know what I was going to say to it at first. Sifting through the voice memos, and I just randomly fall on Billie Eilish, I'm like, oh no, this is perfect. You know, so we take it to the studio. Like, you know, I'm just playing it. We're playing it back and forth nonstop. Somebody walks in, it's my friend's girlfriend. She walks in with the camera. I get back home, just post the video, I fall asleep. When I wake up, it's 2 million views. And then one day, my creative director, Haldy, calls me and he's like, yo, he said, check your phone right now. I'm like, okay, whatever, check my phone. What? Drop it. Billie Eilish reposted the video of Billie Eilish, and I was like, like right after that, it was a rocket ship. It took off.
it's the same. I mean, I deliver the hook, and someone even told me that they said, "No, you know, you're the king of the 7-second. Get the person involved in the song right away." Like every song goes, "Good times," or "I'm coming out," or you know, like right away.
That's more or less what we did with Billie Eilish.
Now do your rhythm. It's hard. That's some gospel shit, but it's dope.
So start with
I know it's hard, but if you get it, it's kick-ass.
Wait, you.
See, I think that's funnier from me. It's like
I'm trying to find a way to like there.
It's funny.
When you're writing a record like Freak, like what's the, you know, just the backstory, like what's the development?
We went to Studio 54 because Grace Jones was a big star when we were younger. She wanted us to be what would have been her then producers for her next album. Right. She told us to go to the back door of Studio 54 and tell them that that we were personal friends of Grace Jones. We somehow thought that the way she was talking to us was what we were supposed to imitate, because we were so young, we didn't know, right? So we thought we were supposed to do that.
Go ahead.
We knock on the back door and we're like banging the music inside. It's so loud. They can't even hear the door. We're kicking and kicking. So finally the dude opens the stage door and we go, "We are personal friends of Miss Grace Jones." And the dude slams the door in our face and goes, swear to God, he slams the door in our face and goes, oh, F off. Straight up. And that's all we could think about is what this guy told us, you know. So we actually went home and this is what we wrote. Aw, F off.
Nah.
F studio.
Nah.
And we were into it. That's how it started.
Yeah.
But then what we did is we flipped it into something completely positive.
Right. My music, I like to call my genre happy hood music. And, you know, every time I had these adversities, my uncle, the gun violence, I lost my father to cancer. At the lowest points of my saddest moments, all I could do was write happy music because all I could think about was where I want to be at and not where I'm at.
Yeah, I think probably that's why, like right away, we get along so well together. Yeah. Because the truth of the matter is that, you know, I grew up in a situation where we were extremely poor. I mean, the poorest of the poor. We quite often use art as escapist mediums, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you know, it's like, we keep talking about music. Why don't we go make some?
Listen, I was about to, you beat me to it. I got a couple things I put on this phone, too. I'm going to show you some voice memos.
You're going to be going, Billie
Eilish,
Stylist.
I'm writing it down right now, man. Don't even worry about it.
Holmes.
Trusted in hyperboles, made the story worth the read, worth the burn, worth the disco, worth the listen. Virtually, I'm basking in the fact that even accidents had purpose. When my first grad that showed me that these breaks ain't never worked to me. Working to my bathroom, got a back from in my castle size. Dragon slays the dragonflies, dragon backs the dragon eyes, but didn't happen in days. Seen it happen in black and nights. That moment I sit back and laugh, I'm satisfied after I look around us, cause I finally got something to be proud of. Look around us, cause I finally got something to be proud of. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the legendary Nile Rodgers!
Oh, man.
That was dope. That was complete dope. Because I finally got something to be proud of.
I got a sweater on, bro.
You feel a groove, it takes over, and all of a sudden that bounce is happening, and you just jump into it. At first, when he was doing the bass, when I was coming up with the bass line, I thought that that was cool, and then I wanted something to add to the bass line. I thought the mood would be right, but then it was like, nah, it's not right. It needs to be more R&B. It needs to be more gospel. And then I thought like, oh, then that was the turning point. That was the turning point. All of a sudden, that groove became like, whoa. Would you have any advice for new artists, especially with an opportunity like StemDrop?
Yeah. Right. I think it's just having fun, you know, and making sure that that the people listening feel like, or people watching feel like they're a part of the moment, you know?
I love it, man. You sound like me. Every time I make a record, the only thing that I try and do is make sure everybody's having fun. You can take that memory with you, and that's important, and you build upon it and build upon it. And maybe because you had so much fun, it keeps you in the game until you finally hit that spot.
Absolutely, and if you always worrying about when you're going to get that one, you're never going to get that one. You know what I'm saying? That's the, you know, so it's like, them things sneak up on you. Certain things you can only prepare for, but you can't plan for it. You never know when it's going to happen.
Are you going again?